Hey guys, how y'all doing? Gonna do another update here. I know I've already gone over the sump. Please don't mind the mess. It's it's getting a little better, but I'm gonna add a third shelf down there because I need another shelf. And right now I'm using a bucket for a a freshwater uh, reservoir for the auto top off system and auto water change system. It's going into this here is my 34-gallon pail of salt water. I just want to quickly go over a few things. Let's talk about the sump a little. I already went through over most stuff in the sump. I just wanted to let you know the sump is really nice. I have no negatives really about the sump. My only negative is I wish I went bigger. It's just not big enough. I should have went bigger. It said it held 34 gallons of water, but guess what? It only holds about 20 or so. They don't tell you that. They give the total volume of it, which you don't ever use. I didn't know that. They should specify these things. But anyways, so what I did is I got some algae. What was it? Kato? I don't even know the exact name. I put it in there. I'm feeding it. I dumped a bunch of copepods in there. I got a light. It's not the light I wanted. I wanted one that was all red or orange. That one looks like that. It can be any color you want, but it's all I could get locally. It'll do. I want the algae to attach to the main rock here so it doesn't go anywhere, and it should start growing. As long as the light grows, it's all I care right now. It's a nice light. It's the Cora View. Comes with this remote. Everything's done right in the remote. Really easy to use. Didn't even need the directions. So that should start multiplying and helping with nitrates and all that stuff. But anyways, I wanted to go over this. This here is the smart auto water change autoaqua touch control. Does your water changes and top offs. It's a little finicky. The thing is, you got to make sure it's not turned on to auto top off or anything till you learn where this level ends up, because this can go all the way up here, which lowers this. In return, makes it put fresh water in. So get this all tweaked for a few days before you get the auto top off set up. Get this where you want it. I try not to let it go much higher than that. Right now I've just got a bunch of ceramic rings in there, and I got these big bricks here of media too. Those are new. I'll probably pull some of that out as time goes, but for now it's staying like that. I am gonna get a new skimmer. This isn't the best skimmer, it's what I had. I think I'm gonna get the Skims skimmer. They're like 460 bucks or 490 because I want the oblong one. It's oval, so it takes up an inch less space. It's still gonna take up a lot of space. But anyways, I just want to go over a few other things here. So the auto top off, I find that you want to set it below your water line, because in there you can see I get a little bit low. If you put it at the water line, it's going to start adding water and it's going to overdo it. Then this level here ends up coming up to here. So put it below it so it doesn't start adding for another couple days. You might have to fiddle with it, but keep it straight. There's little sensors on it. You can see them. They're the two little dots on the left and right, and then there's a dot on the bottom too. All right, so you gotta adjust that right. I mounted some of my controls. This is just a mess. There's just so much wiring. I don't like that the plugs on the front. They should be on the side. Temporarily hooked up this Wi-Fi doser. It's the Jabro one. It's just temporary. They're really cheap, 76 bucks on eBay, and it's Wi-Fi and everything. The app is so basic. It doesn't tell you that it dosed. You can't do a manual dose and type in the amount you want. It literally has to be scheduled. There's no other way around it. I'm not a big fan. I ended up ordering a much better one. It was really expensive, $400 or no, it was $315. I'll go over it when I get it. It's not coming for a month, so I'm using this for now. And I'm using this as my freshwater reservoir until I get the matching one for that. But I think I want to put the reservoir down here because I need this room up here. There's going to be more controls. The doser has to go somewhere, which I haven't figured out yet. For now, I'm just dosing alkalinity and the algae management stuff for now. The alkalinity does drop every day, so I haven't got it stabilized yet, so I don't even know. Right now I'm putting about 18 mils a day, and it's not enough, so every day I'm raising it a little bit. Make sure when you use these dosers, you put your flow check in at the end, so it can only dribble a little out if some dribbles out. I'm really tired. I didn't have a good night. I was going to be more thorough about this, but over here, I'm going to add another power strip of the same one here, and then under here, I'm going to run one across and put it down here, and put it probably right here somewhere. I think I'm going to put a board up down here, just like I did up here, the board. I'm going to put one down there so I can mount my stuff on it. I'm going to have to do something because I need more space. I'm going to have a total of 3 power strips. I just keep running out of plugs. This one's filled up here. It's just temporary. That one's filled, and this one down here is filled. And I got one thing unplugged right now. Once that's in, that's filled, and I still have more stuff to come. So for now, though, everything's going good. Changed all my plumbing up there. I think I went over that once. I kept the return line a flex line, so there's no reduction in fittings for head pressure, because I'm really working this pump. It's going almost 9 feet. I think it's recommended no more than 10.5, 11. I keep it at 80%. It will flow down to 60% power. 60 is almost nothing. Anything below 60, it can't get it up and over the top. But I run it at 80. It'll run at 90, even 100 with no problem with my new 600 gallon per hour overflow. But I don't need that much flow. It's unnecessary, and it's noisier. It's fairly quiet. Everything down here is pretty quiet. You do have to get a little accustomed to where you set these levels for all this stuff. There's a lot of bubbles in here. I think it's because I just added added this, the ocean cocktail, to feed my copepods. Which the copepods came in this at my local fish store. I bought the moss there, or the macroalgae there. Chaetos. Is it Chaetos? Yeah, I think it's Chaetos algae. So the light's up there. There's a light there. Hopefully that will start growing, and that will start helping. I also upgraded from 1 heater to 2 smaller heaters. So I have 2 200-watt heaters, and I know it seems like a lot, but 350 watts is almost not capable of heating my 64 gallons of water, because I keep my house at 60 degrees, and this is my basement too. So both my heaters get plugged in up here to this Wi-Fi heater control, so I know everything that's going on. You've got 2 plugs on it, right here and here. And in the summer, I can probably unplug one. One will probably be enough in the summer, but in the winter, 2. So that's 400 watts. And I did 2 instead of 1 400 watt, because if one burns out or anything, at least you still have a heater running and working in the tank, and it's not going to drop fast. I will get an alert, though, if the temp drops below my preset setting. But overall, the sump is really nice. This over here is crazy, because I haven't finished. All this will be hidden, tucked. I think I'm going to drill a hole in here and run all the plugs on this side of the tank down and under here up to where I told you I'd put a power strip. Eventually there's going to be magnesium and calcium, but for now, this is all I need. The thing I don't like about this doser is the app. The doser is no different than the other J-Bro dosers that are like 60, 50 bucks. They're a cheaper brand, but they work. They're very accurate too. I found this was way more accurate than the Coral View doser, the Coral Box they call it. Not View, Coral doser. That was 200 bucks, same thing, same head, same quality. They want 200, and the app, the only thing different was you could do a manual dose, and it did keep track of how much you used, just so you know when your bottle's empty. I couldn't get one accurate measurement out of it. Not unless you were dosing big amounts. If you're dosing 5 mils, 10 mils, even 15 mils, it was inaccurate every single time. And I did calibrate it properly. It was different every single time. I couldn't trust it. This one is accurate to the mil. And if you're going to be dosing in the 10 mil range or less, you calibrate it for 10 mils. If you're going to be dosing in the 15 mil area, you calibrate it for 20, and so on. You calibrate it for where you're going to dose, and it's very accurate. The only thing I don't like, it doesn't tell you it dosed. So if it did its dose, you don't even know it did it. Doesn't keep track of what it put in per day, doesn't know how much is left, and that's all due to the app. They need to update the app and give it more features. That's what it comes down to. The doser works, and it's only 76 bucks on eBay. How can you pass that up? So here we are. If I shut the main light off here, That's the light for in here. Now that's going to be on a timer. It's only going to be on at nighttime. So that's got a built-in sunrise, sunset. I think it's used as a light as well for smaller aquariums, but I'm using it as a grow light. You can adjust it to do moonlights, white light, colored light, all different colors. The light I wanted was all orange. They said it's all you need is orange. It was going to be a month wait, so I decided not to order it. Then I stored this one, and he says it works fine. It grows his, so that's all that matters, really, if it's growing it. Hopefully I get enough copepods and don't need more. Can't really see them unless you get abundance of them. I got 5 pounds of ceramic rings in here, or 4 pounds, I think. And then those 2 big blocks there. My tank, this is 9 days it's been on now. So it took 9 days. It had an ammonia spike up to 8 parts per million when I installed the sump. No one can tell me why. It's 9 days now and it's down to 0.25. It has bounced back fairly quick. I lost a couple snails, but my fish are fine and everything else is fine. The fleece roll here works great. You can see how disgusting it is. I got a lot of brown algae forming because of the nitrogen cycle started up again due to the overload of new water and everything. Works good. It auto feeds. You really have to get the level right here, and the level in this one has to be right for that float in the back. If that's wrong and that float gets pushed up, it will not feed on the other side. It will end up not feeding the fleece and going through the overflow. Fiddle with it. They tell you about 1 inch above your water, but this one cannot be 1 inch above your normal water, or else it will allow this chamber to go up to here, and then this chamber is going to come down. Then it makes that auto top off sensor top the system off. So I set it so the bottom of this is already in the water at level. So you can see the bottom here is level with this one. This does not feed a whole strip to it. It only feeds this much at a time. As long as the water drops, the float drops, it shuts off. They should have given it a time delay where it ran for a minute, like 5-10 seconds, and then stopped so that the float would go all the way down, but it doesn't. It just goes a notch. It stops. The water will fluctuates a little, it feeds it again and then just stops. I think it should be a 5-second delay. It should just go 5 seconds, then stop. But whatever. All right, I'll update you guys in a little bit on how this is growing. I wedged it under the rock. Everything else is doing good so far. I've got my little fish right here. He's doing okay, I believe. This tank's got some micro bubbles because the skimmer's been off for a couple weeks due to medication, but it's on now. He's right there. He's been doing good. I think he's good. He's a big eater. And to cut back on his feeding, he just wants to eat everything. I introduced some more snails, some more hermit crabs today into all my tanks. I think that's it. This is a long enough video. There's nothing to even edit in this video. I'm just going to throw it up the way it is. Hopefully you guys get some info out of it. If you guys want some more info on any of the stuff I have, any of the current USA products, the lighting, the wave pumps, the sump pump, the autoaqua touch control, touch it, lights up. Okay, I have it set just to do auto top-offs. It does auto water changes. I'm not doing that yet. I have to set that up. It's really easy to set up. Seems a little hard when you read it at first, but it's actually really easy. I'll go over that another time. So overall, still kind of a mess here. But, you know, I'm getting there. There's just so much. And I just can't believe what they charge for these reservoirs. This is a $3 pail. They want, for a 10-gallon reservoir, $170 to match my tank, sump, which is just ridiculous. Everyone seems to use these brute barrels. It's so common. It's a 34-gallon holding my salt water, ready to go. I keep it cold. I don't heat it. I do heat it up and mix it with power heads when I add water and everything and make sure the salinity is right, and then I let it sit cold. I do run one power head in it on a timer, on and off every day, so it circulates the water around. It only adds a little water at a time. It does not affect the temperature of the tank whatsoever. Alright, so that's it for today. And I'll talk to you guys the next time I pop my video up. Hopefully you get some useful information out of this video. Alright, I'll see ya. Good day.